What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Monk Mode, day number 3 and 4. Now, if you're new to the channel or if you're just picking up on this video for the first time, Monk Mode is a hyper focus on the activities that propel you to your goals and take away the distractions um, that are just pointless, that are not good for you. So, what are the things in my Monk Mode that I'm focusing on? Great question. There's 5 of them. First one is going to a gravesite every day. I say a gravesite. It more or less it's a what's it called? Cemetery. And it's like why do I do that? It causes reflection. It causes awareness. It reminds me that I'm not going to be on this earth forever. So every interaction I have with people, things I say, things I do are important. So that's the first one. The second one is 5 minutes of silence every day, and that's important. It goes hand in hand with gravesite, but it's different because it allows me to focus on hearing instead of just saying things all the time. The Bible says be quick to listen, slow to speak. So it's just being silent. Because a lot of times when I have my devotions, I read the Bible, I pray, and then I move on. But there's not a space to receive what God has. Those are the first two things. The third thing is read 5 pages every day. It doesn't matter what they're in, Bible or elsewhere. Just a total of a minimum of reading 5 pages every day. That replaces scrolling. It replaces things that just don't matter. So it's good. And then the final two things are vlogging for a minimum of 5 minutes every day. I've not been doing a great job of that. I've been doing more 10 minutes every 2 days. I'll out myself on that. But and then the last one is 5 miles every week. So it's day number 4. I have not ran at all this week yet. I don't like running. Most people don't, but it's good too, and I want to do it. So even if I run the 5 miles on one day on the 7th day, that counts for the week. Same, yeah. So that'll be coming shortly. So let's dive into it. What has happened this week? Because I do want to take you guys along the journey of what's been happening. How has it been going? That sort of thing. The most impactful so far, for sure, has been Uh, I always say gravesite, but what is it actually? Like cemetery. Okay. The cemetery, because you know, like nobody does it. It's usually quiet there already. No one's really there. You can go to one. It depends on where you go. I'm in Toledo, Ohio, and they they have some that are better taken care of than others. So I go to a better taken care of one, and I just sometimes I sit in the car and I just look and contemplate, and other times I get out and I respectfully, slowly look at a distance from like what these are, what the names written on them, how long they lived, the things that are said on their tombstone. It's not about like what you say in life; it's about how you make people feel, and that's something that I've been learning a lot recently. So, because you can say as much as you want, but if you make people feel awful around you, um, then it doesn't matter what you say. So that's been really good. The 5 minutes of silence, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable because I'm used to just go, go, go. Music on, podcast on, audiobook on, conversations from a lot of people, and then you're listening to music, and then you go to bed, and you wake up and you do it all over again. But having 5 minutes just be like, I'm not allowed to speak. I'm going to try to have, you're always thinking about something, but I'm going to let my mind focus on God or nothing as much as possible. Just like sitting and just, all right, Lord, what do you have? How can I hear for you? How can I hear you? So, um, I I do believe that would take time to like master and get used to, of like being silent, being quiet. Yeah, reading 5 pages. I usually read at least a page, if not two, in my Bible every day, because some people say, "Yeah, I've read the Bible several times," and I love that. Like that's awesome. But the Bible, especially, it requires a slowed down study of like verses and things. So it does require um, some time to really understand. So oftentimes I'll read it again, and then read it a third time, and let's really dig into it. So some of you that might be asking, like, why does it take that long to read it? Why does it have to be hard? Well, it doesn't, and a lot of the times you can understand it the first time around. But I like to read from a version called the NASB, New American Standard Bible, and on the range of translations, it's on the more difficult side, just because it uses words that are not as modern. So yeah, so that's been great. The other book I've said I've been reading is called The Circle Maker. I'm like 75% way through, about praying for things in the way that you don't typically imagine. So prayer is talking to God, but I think a lot of us think prayer is this scripted or particular wording or phrases that we are saying in order to get God's attention. But it doesn't matter what you say. God just wants to hear you talk to him. And so it's just, yeah, it's like rediscovering what prayer really is. Why do some people pray powerful, bold prayers and other people don't? Is it necessary to say these, very thought-provoking prayers, or is it really just a posture of your heart? So I think it's like it's stuff that we know, but it's really good to be brilliant at the basics. Understand the basics incredibly well. Okay, I know what prayer is, but do I know it really well? Do I know if the Bible talks about the prayer of healing, why am I not praying for this now? Right? Or, there's people in your family that maybe don't believe in Jesus, and you're like, why am I not praying for them? So, and I understand, some of you watching this are like, I don't believe in Jesus, and I don't know why you're talking about this. Jesus changed my life. He got a hold of my life, and ever since then, I don't want anything more but just to like glorify him. So if you're curious about why I'm talking about this or what my story is, stay tuned for a video. I'll release a video of my testimony, uh, and um, and I would love for you guys just to like think about, hey, if this happened to him, I wonder if I could have that too. So yeah, and I very much value communication, like how I present myself to people in an articulate way. And like, let me rephrase that if you don't mind. Instead of saying it like that, I would rather mean I like people to understand what I'm saying. I don't so much care. I don't so much care as much about what you think of me. I care more about if you understand what I'm saying, and understanding how different people learn, understanding how different people um, figure things out. That sort of thing has been really healthy, and it's very different because I'm one of the few people that actually enjoy like going in front of people and talking. Like, I'm very comfortable with it. I enjoy it. It's something I would do for fun. But most people would hate to do that. And then there's other people that say I would never do that, but I would talk to my phone like on a YouTube video. And that's something I don't know as much. So doing stuff like this, like talking, getting used to being comfortable on camera is important. And the only way to do that is to do it often. So yeah, and then exercise. I've always valued fitness. Like, fitness starts making you proud of who you are, because there's a lot of pride that comes with knowing you worked hard for a body that's starting to pay off. And I know that looks different for a lot of people. And so I don't like running, but I know it's healthy to do, and it's a challenge, and I do like challenges. So that's why I'm choosing that as one of my monk mode things. So by the end of this month, I'll have ran 20 miles, which sounds like a lot, but if I just do a mile a day or 5 miles in one day every week, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And so I think a lot of people, they don't lack the capability to do things; they lack the consistency. And that's really sad because I'm in that boat, just as so many of you are. Like, if you're watching this and you're like, I could do what you're doing, but I'm not, because I don't really want to. Lack of interest. lack of effort, lack of wanting, like consistency. And I understand, but I know that if nothing changes, nothing changes. Like Theo Von says that, and you know, like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I'm like, how am I expecting to do the same exact things to be healthier without doing anything to be healthier? So all these things are just like things I'm thinking about, wanting to do better. So if you found this valuable, hit that like button because then you'll see more of these videos in your feed. Also, hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along, like my journey in life. I'm still pretty young, and I'd love to take some of you with me on my journey of learning. So, as my mantra goes, adversity shapes the man, boldness defines the warrior. Peace.